Yeah. Two introverted extroverts doing extrovert things. I'm Varun,
I'm Crystal.
and we are two family physicians living in Austin, working in Austin. Thought it would be a good idea to just open up a channel, talk about random stuff, current events, our jobs, maybe help some people out there as well. Might be wondering, Dr. gains. The gains comes from our love from the gym. Oh yeah.
Yeah, mostly just fitness and healthy lifestyle overall, but definitely a part of our life. So it's one of the things that we might want to talk about as we post more videos.
Yeah. So briefly about us, how we met is in training in Waco, Texas. I didn't speak to her until the year of COVID, probably 2 months before COVID hit. We started talking, and then essentially
Okay, but it's not that you just didn't speak to me like, oh, I'm not going to speak to her.
Okay.
Residency's busy, and we didn't work together for the first couple of years, really. It was only about 7 or 8 months before residency was over where we actually started working together.
In the same hospital.
In the same hospital at the same time. And
typically during training, for those who don't know, you may not be aligned with those people who are in your same year. You may be working at different clinics or different hospitals during your medical training, but somehow we got aligned just 1 or 2 months before COVID hit. So that's when we met, really met.
Got to know each other.
Got to know each other. And essentially when COVID hit, there was lockdown everywhere. So we, come to find out, lived in the same apartment complex.
Which we knew, but we just never saw each other. And then once we got to know each other and that we had a lot in common, we started dating, you could say, like in February, right before the lockdown happened. So once COVID got really serious, February of 2020, gosh, time flies.
Yeah.
So COVID lockdown happened, and we essentially, because we're in the same complex, just kind of quarantined together throughout that period, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as horrible as COVID has been. If it wasn't for COVID and having to really quarantine together and spend all that time together, we probably wouldn't have been able to make the decisions that led to us getting married.
Actually, you signed a contract.
I had a contract to work in a different state already set up, and probably only 3 or 4 months into us dating, we had to decide whether we were going to go to separate states or one of us was going to, change their plans. Varun had plans to go into an MBA program since his interests lie in that area. And so he had to come to Austin, and
I had already signed my contract. Yeah, but
for school and for a job. So I decided to get out of the contract that I was going into and come to Austin with this guy in the middle of COVID and try and find a job in the middle of COVID when no one was hiring.
Yep. Got a house, got married. Now we have a kid on the way.
Surprise.
All happened pretty fast. So that's our intro.
Well, now we're in Austin, and I did find a job. I work in an outpatient family medicine clinic. I do a lot of women's health, chronic and preventative care, mental health. I like procedures, and obviously as a family physician, our practice is pretty varied.
Yeah.
Varun.
I'm in urgent care specifically. The area medical director right now at Care Now, St. David's Care Now, part of HCA. Goal being getting the MBA, which I should get in May, or graduate in May. And reason for getting the MBA briefly, it's probably another video, is, during medical training, we rarely get to be a part of the administrative process where you get to make executive decision making. It sometimes makes you feel when you're in training that you're just a pawn on a chessboard and you're just going through the motions, but you really have to go out of your way to get that administrative leadership experience. So got fortunate with getting this job where I'm currently working, and that's been a great experience overall. But yeah, I mean, the goal of this channel is to just get Q&A, answer some questions, go through some possible current events, and go through some hot topics. That would be some great content for some videos.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Lots of ideas.
Yeah. That's all.
That's the plan.
See you soon.